They're about to have my ass looking like Mickey Mouse. So this is a crazy PCB. GMK boho keycaps, which is literally like the exact same color of this titanium dusk almost. What's up, everyone? How's it going? I'm pretty excited for today's build. This is a board that I've had for like 3 weeks in my office that I've just been excited to build. It just looks really pretty. We'll kind of show you the box, because the box that it came in for me is pretty rad, and I do hope that it stays like this for the actual like group buy as well. So it came in this box, right? And it says kind of a lot of specs about the board right here. It's got some branding and stuff all around it, you can see. But what's cool is like it opens up with flaps like on the side like this. And then it's like this lid that lifts up, and you're supposed to kind of open it like this, I think. So the card is in this little thing. It's just like a thank you card for supporting their board, kind of like an authentication card. It is like a very thick plastic. I don't know what kind it is, but it's very cool. Got a little metallic kind of mirror thing going on. And then there's also this, which is like, it's like a postcard type situation with a lot of artwork on it. I really love this. Just very cool. Very unique unboxing experience, I would say. I love the case as well. They even give you some gloves. Once again, don't know if this is gonna be for everyone, but pretty dope little unboxing experience here. And I always love whenever they do this. So it has my name on there, it's for me. It says Dusk Titanium with Copper. It's HHKB, you guys know I love that. We have a full aluminum plate as well with hot swap PCB. But I love the orange and navy, or maybe it's not a navy, maybe it's just a dark gray. It's kind of got a bluish hue, but very pretty case color. It's their brand color is apparently this really bold orange. Should we put the gloves on just because? They're about to have my ass looking like Mickey Mouse. No, they're stretchy cotton gloves, but yeah, like my fingers go all the way down to here. It's not quite the right fit. I guess it's to prevent fingerprints. Even though I'm pretty sure this doesn't have a PVD weight. It's time to start the heist. I don't know. Oh, nice. Their bags are branded and labeled, which is awesome. It says mini board. We have some screws here. Feets, plural. Tadpole pin. So I don't know if these are like stickers or meant to be for like using for force break or something, but they literally look like stamps with the in studio logo on there. And we have our PCB. This PCB is really cool. Ooh, that is a nice PCB. I really love the design of it. It's like really abstract, and I love the little accent color too. And this is kind of, you'll see this comes into play on the actual weight. But let's look at the support. So this has stepped caps. You can also split your left shift, 7U bottom row, or split space bars. ISO support, split right, split backspace. Yeah, so this is a crazy PCB. Loads of support on this. You do not see that very often, so that is really cool. I feel like more people should strive for this much support on the hot swap. It just makes it more accessible for like everybody. We the final PCB will be different, not as busy. Are you serious? For what? It's gonna be in your board. I hope they don't change it. Tell me, I mean, that's beautiful, right? Or is it just me? Like once you put it in your board, it's over, but appreciating the branding and unboxing experience. Like if this was just a plain black PCB, it would just be like, you know, but this makes it a little more fun and special and exciting. That's actually so lame, actually. That's actually so frustrating. Ooh, this looks like a little present with the ribbon. You could kind of like tie a little bow if you wanted to. Matter of fact, it might have been tied in a bow whenever I first got it. Ooh, brother. This is a really cool color, first of all. It's like a really dark brown gray. Kind of see it more accurately here. It's kind of really pretty. Very, very pretty. Wow. This is a very lovely color. Paired with the copper, like, that looks insane, yo. Wow, what a side profile. So we went with the HHKB. You guys know that's my favorite 60% layout. A lot of curves on this. You've got this really pretty like seam that runs across the whole front of the board here. It's really thin on the sides, and then it gets larger at the front and goes around. Very pretty. Then also from the front, you have that copper kind of accent. It looks really pretty. Very, very pretty. Now the side profile on this board is very special. Man, you see it's like got a curve on the curve right here. So you see the light's kind of kissing it right here and then down here. Very, very unique. And that seam of the side profile goes all the way around the back as well. And this also has a curve on it here. But it's like a curve that goes into a flush. You see it's really curvy on this little piece, but then it just goes straight. Like it hits a hard point. Very interesting choice. This piece right here kind of forms that seam that goes all the way around the board. It says Parabolica here too, by the way. And this is the weight. Like I said, it's kind of got that, the PCB. You see how it has that kind of shape? That's what it's from, is this. Yeah, all in all, I mean, this is a gorgeous keyboard for sure. Also notice too, there's like some little like cuts in the plate here that might kind of help the sound, or it's just some more branding, which I appreciate either way. So we have 7 screws total, 4 on the bottom, 3 on the top. Yeah, okay, we got it. Very tight tolerance. So we have a little sheet here, protective sheet. Probably keep that in. It's probably for the best. I didn't think that this would be a flexi build per se, because it is aluminum top mount. I didn't get any other plates. This is definitely your typical top mount sound. But we do need the plate, so we will unscrew this. Is this the same bit? Oh, it is. Dude, that is huge. We've built a couple boards lately that have different screws. Can always be a bit of a headache sometimes. Yeah, by the way, these are like full palm housing with LY stems, but they are very clacky, which is interesting because typically palm is like really deep. Whenever I've tried full palm switches in the past, they've been like some of the deepest sounding switches I've tried. But these, like with that LY stem, they really do have some like a clacky bottom out to them. Yeah, it might be a little more complicated to pair to caps, but like beige sets on this will slap because it is like a dark brown, but I can even see like a touch of green as well. Maybe olive could look good on this. Today we're going to be using boho. I think boho is going to look perfect on this. So group buy starts on the 10th. The beginning price for this is $320. What's included is a top case, bottom case aluminum, and a brass badge. A default, you get aluminum or carbon fiber plate. You get a 1.6mm PCB. You get the daughter board and JST cables. You get 50A and 70A tadpoles. You get the feet, the PET button pads, the case. You get the bag. You get the souvenir card and postcard. The brass mid-frame too. It comes stock with the brass. And then you have the options for case colors. We have retro greige, dusk titanium, which is what we have here. In studio orange, which is a very pretty orange color that matches their brand color. You have anodized black, anodized dark violet, anodized lavender. So a few different color options. I think the violet and lavender is kind of funny to have 2 purples, but purple's kind of complicated. And then for the mid piece, you have brass, copper, brass that's spray coated black, brass that's spray coated in a color for the community, which I guess the community will vote to figure that out. Color options for the badge: brass, copper, brass spray coated black, and then brass based on what the community wants, and stainless steel silver blasted PVD. So you've got a ton of stuff in here that comes with this for $320. That's actually not a bad price to start. I think for ours, since we have the copper, so it's $320 plus $35 plus $5 for hot swap, like $360-ish, I want to say. So we built this with cosmic purple switches from Unikeys, GMK boho keycaps, which is literally like the exact same color of this titanium dusk almost. It is so close. And same with the copper keycap, matching kind of the copper mid seam. It really, and this visually is very pretty. I guess the only thing that I don't like in my unit, these are different colored coppers. This one's more like salmony, and this one's more like orange. I like this color a little bit better, but it's very subtle, very, very subtle. So let's see how it sounds. I have 0 complaints. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to top mount because I like this right where it is. Dude, this is nice. We did force break it a lot, okay? We didn't test it before. Like I said, I've seen other streamers, other reviewers talk about how this board has some resonance issues. So that's why preemptively I force broke the bottom case, meaning the mid frame. I force broke the top case, meaning the mid frame. There shouldn't be any problems. I'm not getting any resonance whatsoever. I actually thought before we put on caps, whenever I was like just hitting the switches, because I heard a lot of resonance in these areas here, I went ahead and I was like, yeah, it's pretty bad over here. So I went ahead and fixed it. I thought it was gonna have it because whenever I was just tapping on the switches, it had it a lot over here, it seemed like, but I'm not getting any of that at all. Overall, really great sound once force broken. Feels really good too, to be honest. The 50A tadpoles with the aluminum plate, like you can actually get a little bit of a squish, a very subtle squish, not anything crazy. It gives it something, a little bit of a vibration in the fingertip, which I do like. The spacebar on this is also a really good clean pop. It's not too clacky, not too deep. It's like just a perfect mid-tone pop. I also think these switches, since they're full palm housings and LY stem, it kind of provides a more rounded sound instead of leaning too far to thocky or too far to clacky. It's kind of a nice balanced pitch overall, which I feel like for the aluminum plate, it kind of plays perfectly with it. It gives it just enough of a bass to the sound. The alpha sound everything just sounds really clean in the sound department right now. But with that sounding clean, there is also like nothing like jumping off the page that's like very exciting, I guess, sound wise or typing feel wise. It's just like, it's like a safe sound. And I'm sure like if you change your switches to something a little more clackier or a little more deeper, you could probably hit something that makes it a little more special. But for me right now, I'm kind of happy with how clean and neutral it is. Oh, it's definitely smoochable. Like, it sounds great. The spacebar has a really nice sound. The copper is definitely coppering, you know? It's tightening up the undertones and giving them that just straightforward full-bodied sound, which is good. Yeah, no negatives at all. I think this would be a good board to like test switches in. I feel like you would really notice differences because of how neutral the board is on its own. But let's get back to the Parabolica. First of all, the name, such a cool name. For the aesthetics of this board, I definitely give it a 10. It is gorgeous. Like, everywhere you look on this board, it looks really nice. Especially the side. Like, the side profile is easily the star of the show. Typing feel is a little better than I would have thought, to be honest. I was kind of worried that it was going to be really stiff. And it is pretty stiff overall. Like I said, we are working with like the 50As on aluminum. It's not like a trampoline like other boards I've used, but it gives you some sort of response in the fingertips, which I do enjoy. So typing feel, I might give it an 8. And then sound is good. Like I said, it's really clean, really full bodied. Yeah, I don't really notice anything off. Like I said, it is required to force break it, so we'll dock a point for that. But yeah, otherwise I can't think of anything negative. So I'd say we're probably at a 9 again on the sound. Without force break, to be honest, from what I was hearing, it's probably more of like a 6.5. But with force break, it brings it up a considerable amount, makes it just well balanced. And the spacebar sounds really good. Really crisp and clean. Like, I could listen to that all day. Put me to bed with the sounds of the spacebar. I couldn't match this closer if I tried. The colors are so close. I almost wish I had boho dark. I don't know if that was even a thing, but like, if it was just this color all the way across, no white alphas, just this like dark color. I think I did 10 for aesthetic, 8 for typing feel, and 9 for sound. So that brings us to like an 8.5 total. I mean, it's still a good score. It's not like, you know, we're above the median. You know, we're getting into great territory. I would say it's like right under great. It's so close. Something about it, like I said, it's just the sound for me isn't clapping, and maybe it's just a switch. A full point off for requiring it. 0.5 makes sense to you? Okay, I'm fine with making that adjustment. If y'all think that like requiring a force break is pretty minimal of a thing, then for me it's just like, it's kind of like with foam, right? If your board is requiring foam, it's like you dock it, right? Like if you're requiring a mod, it feels like, you know, a little frustrating as a customer. But yeah, we can go to, I mean, that would bring it to a 9 total. Overall, still a really good board. I mean, for 320 starting, that's phenomenal. For the visuals that you're getting, like, and the sound. The typing feels okay. I think if you did PP plate, it might be a little more fun. Say it definitely gets a smooch. We'll smooch the side, that little curve, and then we'll smooch the weight. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much for watching the stream and joining us on building the Parabolica. Had a good time. I'll see you guys next time. All right, I'll key you later. All right, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Mwah.